What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we are getting after this giant Tuesday card. My hangover is gone. I'm ready to kick ass. Huge slate of games. I've got a ton of action tonight, and I am pumped up. Lot of cash in action tonight, and my palms are sweating. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Alex Ramirez, great hustle. Alex Ramirez, respect. Spidey play of the day for Alex Ramirez is in. I will remind you of some of the action that we have popping off. And Alex Ramirez, first in the chat, let's talk about his look. Alex Ramirez, Spidey play of the day. Let me pull it out right here. It's a two-team parlay. Alex Ramirez is taking the Penguins money line and the Stars money line. And Alex Ramirez, I'm going to ride with you on the Dallas Stars. Money's been coming in on the Oilers all day, and it's now right in my wheelhouse, minus 150, clearly dealing with a recency bias on these Edmonton Oilers. They weren't playing well. They beat Winnipeg 3-2. They were outshot 41-22 in that game. Recency bias. We're going to take advantage of. There's Danny Menlo in the house. Max Korn. John Flack. John Flack says the best play for tonight is Iowa -5 or -6. They do not lose at home and got a little revenge for Purdue tonight. They do have a nice home court advantage, and it's seniors night in a lot of these spots in NCAA basketball. We're going to talk all about that. Mark Korn liking Mississippi State. Says Mississippi State's going to spank them boys tonight. John Flack liking Iowa. Primetime DJS in the house. And look, Dan Kelly. God, I love Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly, Oklahoma City Thunder +120 first quarter. And Golden State Warriors versus Denver Nuggets over 56. Toronto Raptors -4, -120. He's buying a half point for the game. Doesn't usually buy points, but this is a key number on the road. God, it is nice to have Dan Kelly's action. What a huge asset he is for what we do here, and that is work as a team to defeat the juice. I'm copying and pasting Dan Kelly's action right now. Dan Kelly's action right now. Not applicable in the house. Dan Kelly, there's another look for Dan Kelly. Spurs first quarter money line at -120. Ooh, I find that appealing. I'm already on them first half. The question is, do we want to double up? Is the question. There's Sammy B. Says, glad to see you on the Raps today. Big bounce back spot for our boys today. There's Jimmy CC in the house. Mark Unkefer. Dan Kelly says, along with what I posted in the AM chat, the above is all my NBA action so far today. If I add anything to it, I will post it here. Respect. There's not applicable. Said, told Jimmy Atlanta would ship to bed. Not applicable. You saved me money. And I thank you very, very much. Because last night was not good. Lost at the poker table. Lost in my action. Need to get that shit back this evening. There's Viper NB in the house. Raymond Reichard says, great college basketball slate. Let's get after it. Mark Uncle for play of the day. SF Austin. We talked about that on the morning show. There's my guy Cordero Lindsay in the house on Toronto -4.5 as well. There's the icon ready to go. We got Ryan Cartway. Dutch Boy Fresh in the house. Dutch Boy Fresh, thank you for joining us. Says digging the new setup. We got drink in the hand. Says Jimmy, I missed you, brother. Jimmy, you're looking good. You must be getting tail. Respect. Drink in hand. MK in the house. Nice. Mississippi State. There's another one. Mississippi State -3 +155. Georgia State -3 and nickel parlay. 3-team parlay. Mississippi State -3. Wow. MK. I'm going to copy and paste that right now. Let's get that shit locked in here. We have action coming in fast and furious. There's my guy Cashman, Tony Soprano, JP, Aaron McCutcheon liking that Rangers over. I came so close to making that move, Aaron. Tony Soprano saying, please come to Atlantic City. We got to hang out. You're right. That is a big spot. We've been talking about getting a low bag Summit of Champions in Atlantic City, and that way Pete Loshak would be close. We could get him there too. Garrett Kerr in the house. Connor McLaughlin, Juan Ruiz, Walla Dos, Don Mago 323. We got Don Mago in the house. Says, glad I didn't have to track you down, Jimmy. I've subscribed to this channel since you started. I lost a good parlay Sunday on the over 5.5 Vegas versus LA. What you think happened? Oh man, sorry to hear that. You would think if the Kings put up 4 goals that you would have cashed that. Primetime DJS play today in his pocket under 225.5. There's Guillermo Zertucci. There's Omar J. Legend. There is the icon. The team is coming together. Ski Prophet says Van Fleet and Ibaka now doubtful. I did cap that game expecting them not to be in the lineup. God, love having Ski Prophet joining the show right now. Rye Cape saying, we live? Yeah, baby. We live, Rye Cape. We live. Rye Cape, we live. We live. I'm looking forward to break this down. Oh, God. Okay, we got Chris Quissa. Here says, lost my sister last week, being tough. Glad we didn't lose the show, Jimmy. Could listen to you, Pete and Max all day, man, making me smile during a hard time. Good luck, everyone. Chris, oh, man, it's so tough. It's so tough what you're going through right now. And just having you in the chat means so much to us. And so everybody, let's send as much love and strength to Chris's family. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, man. And I hear you. Capping makes things feel better, and hanging out with your guys and capping. Chris, man, just sending you love and sending you strength and your family strength. And let's get at this card. Cashman saying, Chris, stay up, bro. Chris, thank you for joining us. We are a family. And when one family member's hurting, we hurt and we feel it. And just want to send your family as much love as possible. There's Jimmy Cece coming in. There's Cashman coming in. Canadian Capper in the house on 2.5 shots on goal for Draisaitl. 2.5 shots on goal for Draisaitl. We got Southside in the house. Not applicable. Canadian Capper. All these low baggers. Connor McLaughlin, the icon, all sending as much love to you as possible. And thankful to have you in the chat. Chris, thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for being here with us. Pablo Escobar ready to go. Says, hey, dudes, Michigan State over Penn State. Pablo Escobar joining us. Pablo, yes, that is a play we are on. That is the taint play of the day, and I have bet it. All right, second half bets. Charlotte team total over. That's going to be a start at the fourth quarter. San Antonio Spurs, Charlotte fourth quarter over. Boston team total under. Golden State, Denver under. Denver team total under. LA Clippers, Oklahoma City Thunder under. And Clippers team total under. I'm going to copy and paste that right now. Right now, let's get that in on my worksheet. There's Yenny Toon on Penguins -1.5 and Golden Knights -1.5. JP, Liberty Finder, Corey Kelly. All right. Let's get to work. There's my guy, Nasty Nate, in the house, Rhode Island's finest. All right. Let's go through the action that I'm already on. Let's get through it. We can talk about some of the injury news in NBA and NHL, and then we are going to get into NCAA basketball. There's Prince of the City. Nasty Nate said, tried to tell you to make me the moderator. I'm down, man. We can do that, Nasty Nate. There's DJ 100 Grand in the house as well. There is Nilo, our guy Nilo, ready to get to work. Alex Ramirez, get off my field in the house. God, this is a big night. A lot of action. This is a giant card. This is one of those nights that can really make or break my bank account. And let's watch it make. All right, let's start going through the action. I've got one addition I'd like to make. I'd like to talk it out. First off, Canadians, Islanders. We now know that Grice is going to be between the pipes for the Islanders, and he's been playing so bad. Cashman says, did you hop on that? Cashman said, did you hop on that parlay? I have not, Cashman. I have not. I've got a lot of money out there right now on this card, and I was hesitant to keep adding to it. In fact, I couldn't even take those over 5.5s in that Lightning Bruins game and then the Vegas Devils game. I had to wait because my book was hanging the six. As soon as they gave me the 5.5, I jumped on it. And Dan Kelly saying, Nasty Nate did a great job moderating for Pete. Man, I like it. I like the sound of this, Nasty Nate. Let's get you on this very soon. There's Jason Radowitz. Anyone see this? Wow. Tim Duncan will serve as Spurs head coach tonight against Charlotte, with Popovich missing the contest due to personal business. Wow, I did not know that, Jason. Wow. Thank you for the heads up there. And maybe that's going to be enough to get me off the first quarter. God, I love that information. Connor McLaughlin says, like Maryland tonight, Rutgers being up and down lately. I'm looking forward to break that game down. As you guys know, Flash and I each put $100 on Maryland to win it all before the season started at 33-1. Dan Kelly saying Pop has checked out this season. It does feel that way. All right, let's. So the Islanders have Grice in the lineup, and God, I don't trust Grice. I don't trust Grice. We already know that Dom Ricci is on this over 5.5. Let's see what's happened in the market move since Grice has been announced as a goalie. He's not looked good lately. He has not looked good lately. Blues, Rangers. Blues opening up at minus 143. Sorry, Blues, Rangers. Montreal Islanders. Islanders opening up at minus 138. They're now at minus 135. And this total is juiced to the under 5.5. You just feel like you're going to get to this number. It just feels that way. It just feels that way, you know? Islanders coming off being shut out by the Boston Bruins. Do I make a move here? Not applicable saying don't trust Pitt either, but lean Pitt. Not applicable says Islanders are a risky bet. Viper MB says Pascal over points looks good. I did make that bet. I have taken $25 off of my prop bets, so they're $125 a pop right now. And without cash coming in, without a job, this is a make or break night for me. And if tonight goes south on me, I might have to drop my unit size a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. So this is a big night for me. Even saying that it keeps my palm sweating. Do we jump on that over 5.5 with Grice and net? Do we think that the Habs have a chance to get a win here? Price versus. I've got a lot of NHL action. I wonder if I make a move. I find both the Canadians and the over 5.5 appealing. I've not made a bet on the Canadians all year long. There's Joey Nisi in the house. Not applicable says dumpster diving for Jimmy. Not yet. But you'll see right away, right when I show up tomorrow morning. Things will either be good. Primetime DJS says yes, over 5.5. I'm going to the game. Primetime DJS. It's going to be Sleepy Barclays Center. Primetime DJs. Primetime DJs. I wish I was right there beside you. Got primetime DJs. There's DJ Big Boss in the house. And Pablo Escobar, respect. Nilo says, if you lose today, Jimmy, we'll be on the other end of the glory hole, folks. That's not going to happen. Primetime DJs in New York. Primetime DJs. We got a lot of great cappers in New York, and we need to get a function there. I guess, we probably do it in Atlantic City just so we can hammer action. There's LaHaye in the house. Says, hey, sir, from Kuwait watching. Thank you so much for joining us. We got Kuwait in the house. East Country Sports Network says Jason Tatum out tonight. Yes, we did cap that game with Jason Tatum out. And Drink in Hand says, Jimmy, as long as real unit works for the ladies, you will be fine. Okay, there's that positive stuff. Sammy B says, love to see Siakam over, especially with Ibaka and Van Fleet out. Yes, it's not even that. It's my ROI, my highest ROI of this NBA season, NHL season, anything, is backing these star players after a horrendous night. And that's exactly the situation right now. Okay, let's go. Barry saying, yes, do it in AC. I think that we are. God, thinking about Chris losing his sister and then seeing you guys in the chat, just very thankful to cap with you guys. And, even if things do go sour for me, having the opportunity to see you guys, to talk sports, I'm just very thankful. I do think that over 5.5 is in action. I do think that over 5.5 with Grice in net is appealing. I do, especially after the Islanders have been shut out. God, do I want to put more action on this card? I'm hesitant to put more action on this card. All right, I'm going to leave this as a lean. Let's quickly go over the other games in NHL. I know we have a lot to talk about in college basketball. All right, so Blues, Rangers. I came close to hammering that over 6. I did not. Let's see if there's been any changes there on that over 6 very quickly here. Let's take a look and see if there has been any changes on this over 6. Blues, Rangers. And, there's been a 9-cent move towards the over at Pinnacle. That makes sense to me, but I am not making a move on it. Ramon Scott letting us know that Cumberland's out for Cincy tonight, and respect, Cashman. Thank you so much for joining us. Prime Time DJ says half unit. Jimmy, it's hitting over 5.5. I'm not going to make half unit bets in NHL. I'm just going to keep everything the same that it is. And if tonight doesn't go well, I may make a move, bringing it down maybe 25%. There's Jeff Joseph in the house. Jeff, we're going to get together on Saturday night and hammer the ponies. My horse account is looking good. My poker account is still strong. I might have to bring some of that cash over. Jeff Joseph on a college basketball parlay tonight. Buffalo and Iowa money line. Send it in, says our guy. Gonna copy and paste that. I think I'm gonna roll with you, Primetime DJS. Let me just copy and paste Jeff Joseph's parlay here right now. Get a copy and paste there. All right, let's get through this NHL card, get through this NBA card, and then spend the rest of the time attacking this NCAA basketball card. Blues, Rangers, I'm off. Then we get to Senators, Penguins. I'm on the under 6.5. I got the under 6.5 at minus 110. That under 6.5 now can still be got at Heritage and 5 dimes at minus 110. I'm on that look, minus 110. Okay. Then I am on Bruins Lightning over 5.5 at minus 116. Over 5.5 minus 116. And that is still moving towards the under. And we heard a great capper and Mr. Gokster said that he liked the under there. That does not concern me. That does not concern me. I think there will be goals in this hockey game. I think the Lightning will also step up, and they know that they need to score. They know that they need to score. So I am fine with that 5 and a half. There's Jamal Stone in the house. Glad to see you have your own show. Not a more deserving capper out there than you, champ. Jamal, man, respect. Thank you so much for joining us. Love having you here in the chat. Can't wait to hear what you're on this evening. All right. Predators first period. I got that at plus 106. Predators first period at plus 106 right now. 20% Sopranos met Pharrell at the Meadowlands Racetrack in Jersey. He does a show over there. Pharrell's a beast, and it must have been very, very cool meeting him. Get off my field, loving the Bruins at plus 104. Look, I'm not going to go against you. The Bruins are a very good team. Guillermo Zutucci says, big race card at Santa Anita this Saturday. Be ready, guys. I am ready. And there's Matt Randall, star of the Taint Play today in the house. He will be sitting beside me in his show coming up soon. I can't wait for that. Okay. And Connor McLaughlin thinking about hammering South Florida at plus 3 with Cumberland out. All right, I'm on the Predators first period at plus 106. I like this look a lot. I do think that they're capable of bouncing back in this spot, and I think that UC Saros has a chance to be their starting goalie moving forward, and I expect him to step up. I got plus 106. Let's see what I get right now. See if I beat a market move here. Let's quickly see if I beat that market move. I expect that I did. Plus 106 is what I – no, I did not. You can get a plus 107. Wow. You can get a plus 107. All right. Sabres, Jets. I like Winnipeg here. I'm just not willing to pay as much money as they are asking to back these Winnipeg Jets. And I'm not willing to back them without Line A and without Morrissey, or a beaten up Line A in Morrissey. There's my guy, Trevor Loudon, in the house. Thank you for joining us, Trevor Loudon, the icon, ready to get to work as well. Okay. So, Ducks, Blackhawks. The Blackhawks and Jets are a similar situation here where I would take them, but not at this price. Winnipeg at minus 157, minus 152. This is the final game of the road trip for the Sabres. It feels like they're falling apart. And in that Chicago-Anaheim game, Chicago opening up at minus 159. They're now at minus 170. As you guys know, I'm on that full season under 89.5 points, and I definitely expect to cash that. Okay, so Oilers, Stars, over 5.5 at plus 102. Here and Yenny Toon saying, well, I've been playing good hockey lately, Jimmy, while Predators are fading. Yes, but what the Predators did in the third period is unacceptable. And I believe in UC Saros. So that's my spot right now. Thank you, Tony Soprano. Respect, man. Respect. Love hearing that you said my name to Pharrell. I like the sounds of that, my man. There's Eric Jones in the house. Paulo Marquez ready to get to work. Thank you, Paulo Marquez. And Taint Play Day Spartans -1. It will be a Sparty party in Happy Valley. There's Jace Gum in the house. Love seeing Jace Gum. What a spectacular capper Jace is. Nice rolling with us. All right. I was waiting for this price on Dallas to become affordable. It is now affordable. I am making a move on it on the Dallas Stars on the -1 line. I had to wait all day to do it. I have yet to bet it. I will bet it before the witching hour. We have an hour and 11 minutes before 7 p.m. Eastern time. Stars -1. Let's get after that right now. The money line is sitting at -153. I believe that's the best. Look, there's Dominic in the house. And he's on the Warriors Nuggets over 218. Daryl Rice ready to go. Daryl Rice, looking forward to talk basketball with you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Our guy Dale Rice in the house. Okay, Stars money line at minus 153. And then I'm going to take the Stars on the minus 1.5. For those of you whose books don't give you the minus 1 line, we do have a calculator that's been given to us from the great Ron Crawford. And that's what I use. Let's see what I'm getting here on the minus 1.5 on the Dallas Stars. A plus 166 at Heritage is the best I can get. Plus 166 at Heritage, and I will take it. Money line, that's 153, minus 1.5. Sorry, at plus 166. Minus 1.5 at plus 166. All right, let's go. Drink in hand in the house. Joe and Nisi, Warriors first quarter up to 6.5. A shame. Oh, it's a shame. A shame that I took it to 5.5. Let's see what I'd get right now at my book. I'm going to quickly see that. I know we're going to go over those those looks here. I got 5.5. Oh, no. Maybe at your book. And Joe and Easy, if you can get a 6.5, take it, because there's no 6s even. It's 5.5 across the board. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. Viper MB says, don't do it, Jimmy. I am doing it. I've done it. All right, I've done it. Okay, Stars minus 1 locked in. Then the Devils Knights, I got over 5.5 at minus 115. Over 5.5 minus 115. I'm curious to see what Robin Lehner is going to do. I'm curious to see how he's going to handle Vegas. I'm curious. All right. And Dan Kelly says, I feel like a proud uncle every time Jimmy says minus 1 in the NHL. You got me. And I expect to get on a winning streak in NHL. Sitting here down 3.42 units, and it's just extremely aggravating. Cody AV says, Jimmy, what do you think about the Sabres? Cody AV, look, Winnipeg is vulnerable without Morrissey on the back end. Even with line A out, they've set up their first line with Scheifele and Wheeler, so they've got no depth now. And the Sabres are playing so badly. I just don't understand exactly what's happening. Have they tuned out Kruger? Have they given up on the season? I just can't make a move. Cody Avisi, should the Jets be laying that much? No, they shouldn't. But do you have faith in the Buffalo Sabres? I mean, you have to ask yourself that. And I simply cannot take money out of my pocket and ask the Sabres to make more money to come back to me. So I'm not going to make a move. There's Joseph Gomez in the house, says Chelsea will win versus Liverpool. I like it. Okay, so I'm on the over 5.5 there. I'm on the under 6.5 in Leafs Sharks. I got plus 107. Let's see what I get right now. We're going to go over to totals and quickly see what I get. There's a plus 107 right there. Leafs Sharks under 6.5. If I made that, am I on first period? Sorry, let's go to full game very quickly and not take too much time here. And if I made that move right now, beautiful. See, that's the kind of market move I like. The best line I could get, there is a minus 105 at Heritage. They're the only ones. There's only one book at two books at minus 110. The rest are at minus 111, minus 115. I got plus 107. Smash that market move. Book it. All right, I feel like Greiss is vulnerable. I feel like the Islanders can score against this Habs team. And I feel like I should make a move on the over 5.5 with Greiss in that. I really do. Price has not been very good. It is the sleepy Barclays Center. I mean, it could just be a sleepy game. All right, let's just see what I'd be getting on the over 5.5 and see what this total movement has been. It opened over 5.5 at plus 102. It's now minus 100. There is a plus 102 available. That's available at 5 dimes. Ooh, all right. Okay, you know what? I'm going to hold off. I'm still going to hold off on that. I've got enough stuff here that I don't need to make a move. And all right, let's go. All right. That's my NHL card. That is my NHL card right there. And I will decide in the next 30 or 40 minutes or so whether or not Paul C. I did tail the taint play of the day, and I'm very interested in a couple of looks. So let's move on to NBA right now. I don't expect to make any additions in NBA. let's talk about the action that we've got going right now. I'm very excited about this NBA card. I think there's a lot of opportunities for us to cash on this NBA card. I'm coming off an 0-2 night, so I'm sitting plus 4.22 units on the season, an ROI of 2.16%, 103 and 92. Not very comfortable with that. Senka says, what's the play today? It is Michigan State on the road. Michigan State doing what they seem to do every year, and that's get their shit together late in the season. All right, Spurs. Very interesting information coming from the chat, finding out that Pop will not be behind or, won't be coaching tonight. Duncan, we'll see how he does. I'm on the first half minus 1.5. Let's see what I'd get if I made that move right now. And let's see what our guy is saying here. And Dan Kelly saying, Jimmy, if you want any lookups on my spreadsheet, just ask. I put all my action out already. I'd love it, Dan. I'd love you to, I've copied and pasted as much as I could of your action. Dan Kelly also on the Spurs first quarter money line. Daryl Rice says, this is what my numbers say. The team plays tonight. Daryl Rice also on Spurs -2 first quarter. Rye Capes on Spurs first quarter -1. I got that first half at -1.5. Let's see what we get right now. Go over to this NBA card. We're going to spreads and totals full game. Let's see what we're dealing with. And Rye Cape on the Spurs as well. First half, if I wanted them right now, is there still that 1.5? There is. Pinnacle's been hanging that 1.5 all day. Now Bookmaker's hanging it too. And Bookmaker taking it at -105. All right. Johnny in the house says, Charlotte been playing decent ball of late. They have. Dale Rice is not a bad look. First quarter is better to me. Gerald Jones is on the under in the San Antonio Charlotte first half, under 105.5. No Devontae Graham for these Charlotte Hornets. All right, let's keep moving along here. Nets Celtics. It was a blunder. There's no doubt about it. Blunder. There were 9s. There was even a 9.5. There were 9s available. And as the morning show was going on, that number was dropping. It dropped down to 7.5. And I was like, man, 7.5. I can't take it at 7.5. And now is 6s across the board. Has it gone even lower? 6s. Actually, not across the board. 6.5. There is a 7 at Bovada. Jay Scum says, I took the Spurs. I think they bounce back tonight. I hope that they do. All right. So Nets, Celtics, it was a mistake not getting that +9 when I had the opportunity. I was sitting here humming and hawing like an asshole, and now I'm paying the consequence. I hope all you guys that are on these Nets get paid tonight. All right, Brandon Ingram, player prop over 24.5 points. That's how I'm hammering this Timberwolves-Pelicans game. These teams are playing at a very fast pace. Wolves are first in the NBA right now, 107.80 possessions a game over their last 5. That's just over the last 5. Pelicans fifth in the NBA at 103.90. The Wolves are playing very poor defensively. And New Orleans coming off a game where they hit 21.9% from 3. They went 7 of 32, and it was Brandon Ingram's fault. He goes 1 of 9 on 3-pointers. I took the Brandon Ingram player prop over 24.5. And Jesse Davis saying, yeah, Ibaka and Van Fleet both doubtful. Now, I capped that game expecting them to be out of the lineup, so I'm not too concerned there. Not too concerned. And Dan Kelly said, I just got lucky with Tatum out announcement. Great job. Great job. And Daryl Rice saying, smash the over. I don't care what the total is. I'm very comfortable with my look on Ingram. I'm extremely comfortable with my look on Ingram, and that's my only move there. That's my only move. Then we get to Clippers Thunder. I'm extremely high on this LA Clippers team, but I never fade a team that's coming off a worst loss in franchise history, and I'm not going to do it right now. There's Arthur Mead Jr. in the house. Arthur Mead, great timing. We're just about to get to college basketball. I took Warriors first quarter +5.5. I can't believe Joe Anisi's book is offering a 6.5 first quarter. We'll see if this blows up in my face. Warriors first quarter +5.5. I'm on it. Then I got the Raptors at -4. The Toronto Raptors at -4. They're 4.5. Oh, there is 4s. There's still 4s. Wow. You wager hanging a 4. Bet365 hanging a 4. Interesting. Money coming in on the Suns. And generally speaking, there's my guy Arthur Mead Jr. congratulating Dan Kelly on the Knicks money line. What a boss Dan Kelly is. What a bet that was. What a bet that was. Daryl Rice's Lakers will be motivated by the Clips play. All right, I made two moves. I took the Siakam prop this morning over 22.5 points at minus 120, and I got the Raptors minus 4 here for show purposes. But when I went to bet it, it was minus 4.5. I hope that hook doesn't hurt me. And Viper NB saying OKC Clippers, a great game to get both sides at plus money. I feel you. And Jace come on the Raptors as well, and Jace also got it at 4.5. All right, Ron Lofton says on my son's first half, but Raps full game. Oh, that would be a possible award winner. For our guy Ron Lofton in the house. Daryl Rice says yes on the Raps, and Johnny is also hammering those Raps. And Pink Eye Genie was the one who told us, Pink Eye Genie is not only a great capper but spreads pink eye awareness, and he also let us know that there is rumblings of some difficulties going on in that Phoenix Suns locker room right now. And Arthur Meade Jr. says Islanders. Jimmy, I cannot back the Islanders with Grice in net. Arthur, I just can't do it. But I'm close to taking that over 5.5. All right, then we get to Sixers Lakers. We knew this was at 12.5 in the morning. Let's see what that's changed. Philadelphia is still there's 12s. There's some 12s on the board. This total at 220.5. There was a lot of people that believed that this spot here was a great look for an over, and that didn't change all day. Sitting there at 6.5. And Viper MB says, don't worry, Jimmy, the biggest fool is Spike Lee paying $10 million for season tickets for the Knicks. You're right. Dale Wright says I'm off the Lakers game, and I am not making a move on it either. I do not expect to see Shake Milton put up those kind of numbers again, but we shall see. Coming up 39-point game. Sixers pace slowing down. Elena Lynn in the house wondering about Sacramento. Elena, I just can't take him at this number. The Wizards, I just feel, are undervalued consistently. Just undervalued. And I know that De'Aaron Fox is playing very well right now, but I just have a feeling that these Wizards can keep it close. Enough of a feeling to stay off the game. This opened up minus 5.5. It's been up 5.5 all day long. This total opened up at 232. It's now at 235.5. There's Rob Danner in the house. Rob Danner, nice to see you, my friend. Been a while since we've had Rob Danner in the chat. Respect. Okay. Eddie Duncan in the house as well. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday evening. We are 58 minutes away from that 7 o'clock witching hour, and there's a lot of action. Jace comes says, I took the Kings, but the over might be the better look. If we got on it in the morning, but I'm not going to take it now. That's been a 3.5-point move. And free picks, I'm very nervous that you are on that over. I did make a move on the under in that game. It scares me that you are making a move. Okay. Dan Krug says, I missed it, Jimmy Dinner. Respect for coming right back, Dan. I have not pulled the trigger on it, but I want to. Grice is just so susceptible. Why don't we pull up exactly what Grice has been doing as of late right now? Let's pull up exactly what Grice has been doing as of late. All right. Allowed 3 goals on 32 shots, and the Islanders lost in St. Louis last Thursday. So Varlamov has started 8 of the last 10 games. Grice has started 2 games, and he's given up 6 goals on 40 shots in those 2 starts. Wow. Okay. All right. I'll pull the trigger. Oh, man, I'm going to Guillermo says, Jimmy, no clips. Guillermo, it's just one of my rules. Man. I just don't fade a team that's coming off such an embarrassing loss. In fact, I want to back them. But the Clippers are so dangerous, so I'm not going to do it here. All right, I'm taking the over 5.5. In this Habs Islanders game. Let's go. Let's take a look at this total right now. Primetime DJ is going to be in person in Brooklyn watching this game. What a great game it would be to go to, although I'd rather watch them at Nassau for sure. All right, over 5.5. Is there still a plus? Yes, plus 102 is available. Look at that. I mean, there's no other. One book has a minus 103. Oh, okay, UAJ has minus 105, and there's Bet365 sitting there with that minus 110. Don't like that. All right, plus 102. That's available at 5 dimes. I am in business. Another addition over 5.5 at plus 102. And Dan Krug says I'm tailing your Penguins under in Tampa Bay over plays. I like that, Dan. I especially like the under 6.5 in that Penguins game. I expect them to play very smart, cautious hockey against these Senators. Penguins have lost 6 straight games, seemingly out of nowhere. So I expect that to happen tonight. So I'm on that under 6.5. All right, there is my card additions. Only 2 additions. I added the Habs Islanders over 5.5 at plus 102, and I added the Dallas Stars on the -1 line, and I like that play very, very, very much. There's Shaquille Bell in the house. Love seeing you, Shaquille Bell. All right, and Primetime DJs going over to Brooklyn right now in traffic. Primetime DJs, drive safe and have a great, great time at the Barclays Center watching the Habs Islanders. Man, I wish I was sitting right beside you. Pink Eye Genie says that Devin Booker has never won 25 games in his career in a season. Will he get that record tonight? We shall see. Michael Evelino liking Clippers second half, and not applicable on the Raptors money line and the spread. Raptors money line and the spread. All right. And Daryl Rice saying, I tail these picks at a half unit only and only make 1 to 2 plays on NHL through tails. It's keeping you afloat. All right. And thank you for subscribing. Yes. Now that we are on our own, a couple things have happened. One, I have to win. There's no room now with no money coming in. I have to win. Bob Lee Swagger like that Ottawa first period. Another is that this is your show. That's why we're doing a late show. You guys asked for it. I work for you. The low baggers, you tell us what you want, and we give it to you. All right. Garrett Kerr says, tailed your NBA, Jimmy. I really like those 2 props. I like my NBA card. And it's such a luxury we have when we get to see Dan Kelly's action. You know, when we have Ski Profit and Jay Money in our chat, it's just it's a very, very, it's such a luxury that we have with these great cappers. Dan Krug says, I hear you, Dale Rice, NHL totals and taint keeping me upright. Okay, let's move into college basketball right now, and I'm very excited about this. I'm very, very, very excited about this. Okay, let's move into college basketball right now and talk about what are the top spots. First off, we know that taint Michigan State is the tank play of the day. I already pulled the trigger on it at -1.5. It was -1 when Matt Randall gave out the taint, and then money's been coming in on Michigan State. So it's fading Penn State at home is tricky. 14-2 there this season, and they're coming off an ugly loss, 77-68 at Iowa. I guess it's not that ugly, losing by 9 at Iowa. Penn State needs one more win right now for the one more conference win to match its most ever in Big Ten play. What we saw and there's Jonathan A. like in Dallas Stars in regulation. I love that. I love that you're taking that. I like that look. I'd prefer -1, but I'd prefer -1. I'm going to let's see what exactly, let's our guy Jonathan A. in the house. There's 420 Fuego ready to get to work. And my guy Chris Quisiwa riding with me tonight. It's a very, very, very big night for me, man. It's a very big night for me. I'm gonna need to have a good one here. And I hope to. Rich Kemp says, hate to fade the taint, but I'm liking Penn State here. I just want to go over what Jonathan A is deciding to do. First off, what I'll do is I'll also, and this is thanks to our Ron Crawford, I'll put the -1 calculator that I use here, and I'm going to put this in the chat so anybody can use it. Grab that right now. There is the -1 calculator. And what did I get? I got a -153 and a +166. So let's see what that will give me on the -1 calculator. A -153 and a +166. And that gives me a +105 line. And that is what I would prefer. There's Walla Walla Dose giving me hope. 420 Fuego says, we're coming for everything I lost last night. Last night hurt. And also, my chip stack playing poker, I mean, I had to have, I had about 600 or 700 in front of me, and I left with $0 in front of me. But our guy Sammy B, low bagger Sammy B, did come to the poker game, and when I left, he was eating, he was locking, he was rocking. Prince of the City says Penn State has come back to earth the last 5 games. Let's talk a little bit more about this. I have put $100. There's Sammy B right there. 3 props locked in on Phoenix Toronto. Ayton over 11.5 rebounds. OG Anunoby over 18.5 points, rebounds, assists. I like that. And Siakam over 22.5 points. Sammy B in the house. I like those prop bets. God, it makes it so much fun to watch the game when you have that kind of action. Respect Sammy B. Sammy B says, sorry, Jimmy. No, that's poker, man. And I think I was pretty enthused about being back with you guys yesterday, and I started drinking. I think I had drank too much. I don't feel like I was as sharp as I wanted to be at that poker game, Sammy B. And these things happen. There's Al Mack in the house. Al Mack, you will be seeing live sitting beside me here shortly. Shout out to Al Mack, ready to get to work. All right. And free picks, all sports, free sports picks on Pittsburgh Penguins puck line. They've lost 6 straight. I'm going to take that under 6.5. I think that I'm going to take that right to the bank. Okay, let's talk about this spot here a little bit more and see what kind of market movement we've had. Taint play today, Michigan State, and that's the only college basketball game that I have made a move on right now. I'd like to get into this Maryland-Rutgers game next. All right, Michigan State, Penn State. Michigan State's won its last 3 road games, and they're rolling right now. They go into Illinois, beat them. They go into Nebraska's trash and beat them. And then they go into Maryland and beat them. Eddie Duncan loving Iowa -5. Walla says, was that Brandon Ingram prop just points? It was just points. Just points, 24.5. Let's see if that's changed right now very quickly. I'd be curious. You know what? I'm curious to see if any of these have changed. Why not take a quick look here? Yes, I have the Brandon Ingram. I got 24.5 points. I was -20 in 120, in each direction. See what we're dealing with right here. Brandon Ingram player props. And yeah, it's just still sitting there at 24.5. Just still sitting there at 24. And I have Shaquille Bell on Albany first half +9. Says it's the best bet of the night for me, fellas. There's a sports keg in the house. Thank you for joining us, Sports Keg. Our guy, Jay, the CEO of the Sports Keg. And I know this man has been putting money in all of your pockets. Support our guy, the Sports Keg. Support the Sports Keg show. And thank you for joining us, Jay from the Sports Keg. All right, let's talk Maryland-Rutgers. Maryland-Rutgers right now. And let's just see if that Michigan State is still at -1.5 or -2. And the total's gone from 142.5 to 146, which is interesting because we saw Ben Sports Picks 24/7 take the under 144.5. He was going against that market move. And Tues across the board for Michigan State. A lot of people drinking the juice. Prince of the City says Penn State barely beat Rutgers and lost to Iowa. Sports Keg says I need to talk to you soon, my friend. Hey man, I'm available. And I got the studio up and running. So anytime I can link up with you and do shows with you, I'll be all over it. Got the studio running. Love this shit. All right. Dan Kelly said, I held my nose and doubled down on the Spurs -3, -120 full game. There's Make America Great Again joining us. Thank you for joining us. Haven't seen your name here in the chat in a little while, so great. And he says, Duncan can't coach any worse than Pop has this season. Go Spurs, go. Dan Kelly tripling up now. Very, very, very exciting when Dan Kelly makes moves like that. I'm only on them first half at -1.5. But I think Make America Great Again is right, that Pop has checked out, and that was something that Dan Kelly has mentioned already. Jim Foray saying, take Maryland. Let's talk about this spot, and let's look at the market move. How is Maryland going to handle this pressure of getting a chance to at least tie for this regular season Big Ten crown? That's a big deal since Maryland moved over to the Big Ten. This is a big, big deal. Maryland at Rutgers. Rutgers opening up at -1.5. Pinnacle has moved that to -1. We know the Rutgers Athletic Center is a tough place to play. And it's seniors night. The arena is going to be packed, 8,000 people. It's going to be sold out. How is Maryland going to handle this? That's what I need to know. How is Maryland going to handle this pressure? But Rutgers has come back to earth. There's no doubt about that. They've only lost 1 game at home all season, but they've lost 3 in a row overall. They've lost 6 of their last 8. This is a Rutgers team that's its first winning season in 14 years, trying to get into the dance for the first time in 29 years for Rutgers. And Dan Kelly says, I will take a lot of my bet back if I can get Charlotte plus 10 or so. I said that this morning. Yeah, I feel you, Dan. I would love to watch you live play action. We got to I've got to come down to the upstate New York area and watch you do your thing, Dan, because it's we all love it and find it so impressive. So Penn State's been off. Or excuse me, Penn State. Rutgers has been off since last Wednesday. They've been off for a long time. They lost 65-64 at Penn State last Wednesday. So they've been off for 6 days. And Rutgers was down 21 at one point in that game. Maryland coming off its first home loss of the season. A lot of pressure on them. They've lost 2 or 3. And, man, that comeback against Minnesota. They could easily have lost 3 in a row here. Maryland beat Rutgers 56-51 on February 4th in College Park. Maryland's 56 points was the team's lowest output in the last 12 games. You know, I've got this future on Maryland. I want them to win the Big Ten. I want them to play well in the conference tournament. I want all that to happen. But I'm also a little concerned that this might be I want to know how they handle the pressure. And I'm not going to make an addition there. All right, let's talk about some other giant games on the docket. One is Purdue at Iowa. We've already had a bunch. There's Jim Rome-Zadouche in the house. Thank you for joining us. Jim Rome-Zadouche in the house. And not applicable has got to go. Lecce, my friend. Go Raptors. Not applicable. Have a great night, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this spot because we've seen a lot of people interested in Iowa tonight. Should we make a move on seniors night in Iowa? Luka Garza is an absolute monster. And it's revenge. I'm sure Revenge Game J would be liking this spot. Drinking Hand says, Jimmy, when drinking, absolutely no poker. That's the rule. Book it. Yeah. No, it was a mistake. But I do play. I do, it doesn't. But you're right, Drinking Hand. It did get me last night. Rod's Bike said, did you make a killing last night at the poker game? No, I did not. I lost $400 at the poker game last night. There's Wes Swanson in the house. We got Wesley Swanson in the house, my teammate in hockey growing up. Thank you for joining us, Wes. Would love to hear what action you have today. Wes has also been beating up the prop market. Would love to hear what you're on, Wes. Thank you so much for joining us. Jim Foray saying under in this Rutgers game. Wes, I got a ton of action tonight. Like every time I mention it, my palms start sweating a little more. This is a big, big night for me. As you may tell, Wes, I'm gone solo here, so there's no money coming in. Okay, Jace Gum says Iowa is the play. Revenge. Purdue, a team that's not talented offensively, especially over the last 4 games. They're averaging 59.3 points over their last 4 games. Purdue lights up this Iowa team. 104-68. It does feel like Iowa would be the play. Does feel. Ron Lofton says, I play poker a little better with a little herb in me. I hear that. And Jared Betsy says, I forgot what was said. Are we on the Spurs first half? We are. And Dan Kelly's on the Spurs first quarter, first half, and full game. Although he has mentioned that if he can get the Hornets plus 10 in game ever, he's going to buy back a lot of that action. Iowa is the play. Is Iowa the play full game, or should we make a move on them first half? Boilermakers went 55.9% from 3 in that game. Unbelievable. And they're not scoring. They are not scoring. There's Eddie Euler in the house. Thank you for joining us, Eddie. Thank you for joining us. Eddie Euler in the motherfucking house right now. And Waldo saying, I too play better with the herb in me. Ever since the pneumonia that I got, it's almost like a year ago, I find that the smoke is affecting me more. So I've not been smoking at the poker games at all. All right, Eddie Euler played Youngstown State -4.5. God, is Iowa the look here on seniors night? That was a fluke, that Purdue game. They're 8-10 in conference. They're not that good of a basketball team. Iowa ranked 18th in the league on seniors night. Let's see what we get on Iowa right now. And let's see what kind of market move we've seen on Iowa. Purdue, Iowa, this game doesn't pop off till 9 p.m. Eastern time. Iowa opening up at -5.5, now 5s, 4.5s. Wow. That is interesting. a market move. And look at DJ Big Boss. I'm on Iowa 100%. We got Rod Zawacki, college basketball action. Duquesne plus 5.5, Texas plus 7, Bowling Green plus 5. Also took Iowa minus 5 and West Virginia and Iowa State under 139.5. We got R. McKeem in the house. There's Boston Nick, Mr. Fat Fist, joining us right now. Shout out to our guy Boston Nick in the house. All right. Well, doses only if I'm with friends. Then I get too distracted. There is, I love Iowa and Youngstown State. Capper Investments in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. I love Iowa. And Dan Kelly says, Max put me on Iowa this morning, got -4. Wow, that's a nice look, getting -4. And there are 4.5s on the board right now. Pinnacle opened this at 5.5. Did Pinnacle always keep this at 5.5? Let's take a quick look here on the spread. And wow, you are right. It was Pinnacle added at 4.5 this morning, and they're back at 5. Yeah, a lot of great cappers on Iowa right now, and why wouldn't they be? Viper MB says Iowa has a huge public concentration, but I'm on it. So we have a huge public concentration on them, and the market's been moving towards these boiler makers. Boss Nick says, Jesus, your subscribers are growing rapidly. Thank God. Thank God, because you guys are all I've got. And I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful. And it's your show now. It's your show now. 424 says, wish I could use Pinnacle in Florida. There's no doubt. Pinnacle is a very, very, very good book. Jim Rome says, douches on Iowa. Jay Scum says, Purdue's a different team at home. That game was a fluke. I agree, but it is sort of touchy. Joe Martinez says, I was the only way to play it pass because you're scared. I love Iowa at home, and Purdue is trash on the road. That simple. Iowa makes sense to me. DJ Big Boss saying Iowa 12-4-1 against the spread as a favorite. All right, so the best line I could get full game is 4.5. That's still being hung at Bookmaker. Let's see what we get first half right now. Quickly see what we get first half on Iowa. Iowa first half. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Iowa first half is at 2.5, -105. God, it just feels like a double up spot. It really does. On senior night, Luka Garza is just an absolute monster. 23.7 points, 9.8 rebounds, hitting 54.1% from the field. There's revenge. Okay. Let's make a move here right now and make a move. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take them first half and full game here. I'm going to jump on Iowa with you guys. Let's see what I'm getting. Iowa first half -2.5 and -105. That's available at 5 times. -2.5 and -105. And then I'm taking that full game -4.5 at -115. Revenge game Jay. I wonder if he's on this as well. Shout out to Jay Money in the house. Capper Investment says, don't overthink this one. Iowa is the play. Let's take a look at Rod Zawacki's NHL tonight. I got a lot on this NHL card as well. Blues -1, Leafs -1, Nashville money line, Oilers money line, Montreal money line, Oilers under 5.5. Oh, I don't like that. I'm going against you on 2 of those looks. Boston money line, New Jersey money line, and Ottawa first period money line. All right. Anilo says, but Jimmy doesn't get paid for subscribers yet. Look, I don't want to I told you I'm never going to sell you guys anything ever. I want our pockets to get fatter due to the sharpness of our handicapping. That is what I want. That is what I want badly. And everything was going right until yesterday. Okay. All right, let's move on to some other marquee spots. Any of you guys making moves on Tennessee, Kentucky? Tennessee 8-8 in conference play. Kentucky clinched the SEC title with that win over Auburn at home, 73-66. That was on Saturday. Kentucky is rolling right now. 8 straight games. Quickly is a beast. 16.3 points per game. He's hitting 42% from 3. He's hitting 92.2% from the line. Kentucky beat Tennessee 77-64 on Tennessee's home floor. Dirty Bird liking Tennessee +8.5. Monloff says, I missed the best line on Iowa, hoping Purdue scores a couple baskets first so I can get to that live. I feel that. Boston Nick says, did we cover NHL yet? We can go over again. We'll review We'll review. I'm going to have to add some bets here. We still got 36 minutes before 7 p.m., so nothing to worry about. Let's see what we're dealing with in Tennessee, Kentucky right now. Going over to full game spreads and totals. Tennessee, Kentucky. This is going to be an exciting one. Tennessee, Kentucky. Kentucky opening up at -8.5. They've been there all day. Bovada's been hanging at 9 all day. This total opened up at 131. It's at 131.5 or 132. 132. Paul goes, yes, but Jimmy must win too. Yes, I must win too. Eddie Oiler says lean Kentucky to win by double digits. It just feels like this team has come together. We all remember what happened against Evansville. There was a couple neutral court games that they were losing. There was a lot of questions, but this team stuck together and is now 24-5, 14-2 in conference in the SEC title holders right now. Gerald Jones says pass on Kentucky tonight. We'll take Kentucky to win the national title this weekend. Oh, interesting, Gerald Jones. If you don't mind, I would be curious to see what that number is right now. Dirty Bird is on Syracuse -4.5 and Purdue +5 at -112. Dirty Bird going up against the public in that play. Could be very successful for you. Jay Scum says, I like my Cats on senior night, but I didn't play it. A lot of people I know are on the Cats tonight, though. Tennessee is not a good basketball team. Would they bring back one starter from last year? No Schofield, no victories. But they've been okay. 16-13, 8-8 in conference. This 8.5's been sitting there all game, all day. All day it's just been sitting there. All right, I'm not going to make a move at this point on Kentucky, but why wouldn't they win by double digits? Any of you guys, any others on this Kentucky spot? I'd be very curious to hear. All right, let's talk Wake Forest, North Carolina. So let's talk about, and Penn State over has 90% of the money last I checked, so I'm going opposite. I get it, Dirty Bird. I get it. All right, there's two looks that I'm interested in, and, talk me off of it or tell me you agree. And they're these road teams at plus lines, and that being Wake Forest and Texas. It's senior night in North Carolina, and nobody cares about this team right now. Eddie Oiler says, I don't get this North Carolina line. Let's take a look at what we are doing right now, okay? Let's see what we're dealing with this North Carolina spot. Let's find this game here. Where the hell is it? North Carolina. There we go. Wake Forest, North Carolina. North Carolina opens up at -6.5. It's now 8. It's 8.5 a bookmaker. And that makes me want to make a move on Wake Forest. Connie McLaughlin said, don't love that -9 in Kentucky layoff. I think I am. I think I am going to lay off. And Boston Nick says, why are the Rangers money lines staring me in the eye? I don't know if I think that little run they had to keep Kreider and get him that contract, I think it's over. There's Deer Slayer Ski in the house. Deer Slayer Ski in the house. Thank you for joining us, Deer Slayer Ski. I look forward to hear what you're on in NHL. Okay, so Wake Forest 6-12 in conference, but they're coming off. Both these teams are coming off two big wins, but in reality, what Wake Forest has done with a 113-101 win over Duke and then an 84-73 win over Notre Dame is far more impressive than what North Carolina has done. 85-79 win at home versus NC State and a 92-79 win at Syracuse. Garrett Kerr, Kentucky at plus 2,500, plus 2,300 for the Natty. Garrett, I like it. Garrett, what are they at right this second? I'd be very curious to hear what they are. Joseph Gomez says a little inverse line move was -9, less than 10% on Tennessee. Wow. And so the Gerald Jones telling us right there. Sorry, Kentucky at 12-1 to win it all right now. So why would I be so hesitant to back Wake Forest when they're clearly playing very good basketball right now? And the fact is they're 1-9 straight up on the road. 1-9 straight up on the road, 4-6 against the spread on the road this season. I am interested in Wake Forest at plus 8.5. Do we make a move? I'd love for you guys to come in and let me know if I should hammer this spot. Jay Scum leaning Wake, but didn't play it. Says it seems like too many points. I agree. It just seems like too many points. There's my guy, Eddie Oiler, says, I was right about those Flyers getting on a roll eventually when they learned Vigneault's system. You were absolutely right, Eddie Oiler. You're a hell of a capper, Eddie Oiler, but you're absolutely right. Their defense is so weak. Their forwards are so strong. And we knew that watching this team without Giroux and Voracek rolling it all and still getting wins. I mean, Konechny's a beast. Couturier stepping up the way we thought he was. When he fell in the draft, it was shocking. All right. I want to make a move on Wake Forest. Eddie always says I was leaning Wake, but don't like going against these huge line movements. I agree. I agree. And I don't need to reach. Garrett Kerr saying not many people can stop Azubuike. That's facts. So that's why Kansas is the undisputed number 1 right now. All right. I'm also interested in Texas. Why don't we hammer Texas, Oklahoma State? Why don't we hammer West Virginia, Iowa State? And then we'll do a review. And we still have 30 minutes before the witching hour, but I've got to add in some action right now. Let's talk Red River rivalry game. Texas, Oklahoma. Texas 8-8. Big 12, Oklahoma 8-8 in the Big 12. And I'm leaning towards making a move on Texas. Let's see what kind of market move we have here. Okay, Texas, Oklahoma. This game pops off at 9 p.m. Eastern as well. Oklahoma opening up at -6.5. They are now at -7. This total opened up at 133. They're now at 134. Dirty Bird says Texas for sure. Connor McLaughlin says Texas +7. Todd Petkoff in the house. Thank you for joining us, Todd. Todd liking that Wake Forest over right now, liking that Wake Forest over. The icon is on Texas. All right. So of these two spots, clearly there is a belief here that Texas is the dog that has more life. Let's talk about Texas has won 4 straight and big wins. Beat West Virginia. They beat Texas Tech. They've held each of their last 4 opponents to under 60 points. Andrew Jones is rolling right now. Now the Sooners have also beaten West Virginia and Texas Tech in their last 2 games. In their win over West Virginia and Texas Tech, they held their opponents to 56.5 points per game. They're defending the perimeter very well. Eddie Willer says Texas has a chance to keep it close. Texas has a chance. Gerald Jones on Texas plus the touchdown. And 420 Fuego says Texas has been cashing lately. Spot on, Jimmy. All right. Well, Texas was backed by you guys. There's no reason for me to make a move on Wake Forest, even though I find that 8.5 extremely appealing. I wanted to make a move on one or both of these games. You guys pushing me on this Texas spot, and that's what I will do. Let's grab Texas full game and see what we are dealing with. God, there's going to be a lot of action tonight. I'm fucking pumped, man. And I'm nervous. I need to succeed this evening. Texas +7 and -105. That's available at Heritage. That's also available at 5 Dimes. Texas +7 at -105. Let's grab it. Texas +7, -105 in the Red River rivalry game. Texas, Oklahoma. All right. So we're locked in. Let's talk about West Virginia, Iowa State, and see what we're dealing with here. And yeah, drinking hand saying Popovich out for San Antonio. Yeah, I'm very interested. We got the news that Popovich was out, but that didn't concern Dan Kelly at all. And Make America Great Again came in the chat, and he was saying, look, Pop's coaching so poorly right now. Why don't we get Duncan in there? So, all right, Connor McLaughlin saying, I like Iowa State too. Dirty Bird saying, Syracuse is my favorite play tonight. They should cruise. J93, we got Lil J now, says Vanquish Vegas is working in the office. Got you on, Jimmy. We listening. Respect to Lil J and Vanquish Vegas. Thank you guys for rolling with us. We got the Cappers. We got the Team United. And those are two very, very strong Cappers. All right. Todd Petkoff says Penn State 145, Alabama 154, and Buffalo 150. All unders for Todd Petkoff. That's an interesting card. I'm going to copy and paste that. And Dear Slayer Ski says, love the 2 shows today. Damn, missed this setup. You know what? It's your show. We have nobody telling us what to do. So whatever you guys want, we will do. That's facts. And then Jim Forrest says, sorry, dudes, on Oklahoma. Okay, Jim. No, I feel you. And Dirty Bird agreeing on that Penn State under that Petkoff is on. All right, let's go back to this last game on of the big. I mean, there is Syracuse we can talk about. There's other stuff. There's Cole Coleone. There's DX Filer in the house. Love you guys. All right, Let's talk. West Virginia's lost 3 straight and 4 or 5. They're playing bad basketball. Coming off that 73-62 home loss versus Oklahoma, they're 3-8 straight up and 3-8 against the spread on the road this season. 19-10 overall. I mean, we thought this was a team that was definitely going to be in the dance. Now they are falling apart. DJ Big Boss says, I say we hire a stripper for the show one time. We could hire a stripper for the show, or we could just get an adult film star to join the show. There are adult film star cappers whom we run with and whom we love dearly, like Taylor Stevens. Why don't we get Taylor Stevens on the show? But to cap, Taylor Stevens is a capper. Okay. And DJ Big Boss wants oldies, but goodies. Okay. An oldie, but a goodie. Because there is a bit of an issue there. I find that as women get into their 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s, and 90s, that they strip less and less and less. Less. All right, DJ Big Boss says, Taylor, yeah, I say we get Tasty Stevens on this. Okay, Boston Nick has sent a blind midget masseuse. I don't mind that at all. All right, Eddie Oler says, Bob Huggins, we need to go to Iowa State and win. Lisa Ann doing sports these days, Jimmy. Yeah, I'm down, Danny. I'm down. DJ Big Boss says, love Taylor. Flipper 3013 says 35 years old is my sweet spot. They do try harder. They do fight the good fight, Flip. Respect to our guy, Flipper 13 in the house. Yeah, no, there should be some nudity on the show. Not by me, obviously. Flipper 13 says a blind midget masseuse named Mike. Okay, well, I was hoping that masseuse was going to be a female. Nick, next time, let's keep it women. Let's keep it women. All right. What's happened to this Iowa State squad? So it's senior night. They lose Tyrese Halliburton. They're playing bad basketball, but they're dangerous at home. But I don't want to make a move on any of these teams. Let's see what the market is telling us here. Huggins demanding a win from his Mountaineers. Iowa State opening up at +5. They're now 5.5. They're now 6. I don't want to go up against that market move. Although if I had a free play, I would take Iowa State plus the points, and I would take Wake Forest plus the points. Ramon Scott says, I prefer Tay-Tay's $12.99 exclusive show on that stream site, mate. I'm interested. Boston Nick says, what's in the cup, JMO or Canadian Club? No, not on the sauce tonight. I need to stay focused, and I need winners badly. So not on the sauce. Ramon Scott preferring Tay-Tay's $12.99 exclusive show. Respect. Boston Nick says, Ramon, send me the link. Yes, we'll get Taylor Stevens on the show, and shout out to Taylor Stevens. We're also going to have Sonny Vega here live on the show with me, our guys. All right, so I have added 3 plays. I'm on Texas +7 and -105. Texas +7 and -105. And then I doubled up on Iowa. First half -2.5. Full game -4.5. Dan Krug says have Taylor and Lisa Ann on. I think that's a good idea. Let me just see. Let's just see what we're dealing with here. I find myself interested right away. Let's do it. Lisa and the interested. Viper MB says, hope you win big tonight. I need to. And that's not a good feeling, but it's okay. If things go wrong tonight, everything will be fine. The poker account is locked and loaded right now. The horse racing account locked and loaded right now. I'll move some money over, and then I'll drop my unit price is what we will do. Sammy B says, hope we all win big tonight. Shout out to Sammy B. Good poker player. I'm looking forward to roll with him. Prince of the City says, I am dangerous at home. Philly, Miami, AC, and out of this country. So in Toronto. Prince of the City, I can't wait till you come up to Toronto and roll with me, man. Prince of the City, going to be live on the show with me. Any low baggers come through Toronto live on the show with me. I'm going to reach out to a bunch of people here. And Danny Menlo says, tweet these guests and tell them to come on the show, low baggers. Yeah. And Tay, Tay's my friend, so I'll reach out to Tay. And we're going to get Sonny Vega on the show. All right. And Sammy B says, not too shabby with these live lines either. Yes, we watched Sammy B cash with a Baylor in play. I know they didn't win the game, but he cashed with them plus the points. My guy Sammy B in the house. All right, let's go over everything. And then I've got 21 minutes. I got to make a few bets here. Eddie Oler said just played Alabama minus 12, a lot of points, but it is a Vandy. Dear Slayer Ski says, yes, we'll be up north in the spring. Hope there's a slot for me, Jimmy, on the show for a day. Absolutely, Dear Slayer Ski, 100%. Absolutely. All right, let's take a look at my action on today's card. I made an addition. I added the Habs Islanders over 5.5 at plus 102. I made that addition on the show. I'm staying off of Blues Rangers. I came close to taking that over 6 earlier on the morning show. I did not pull the trigger. Senators Penguins under 6.5 at minus 110. The Senators have been playing higher scoring games. They have been, but this is a bet on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh scored 8 goals in their last 6 games. They've lost 6 games in a row. I expect them to play tight defensive hockey, and I expect Sidney Crosby to rise to the occasion. That is what I expect. All right. Thank you, Paulo Marquez. Let's just stay cool and get these winners. But thank you very much, Paulo Marquez. You are a good man. Ron Lofton saying Sonny will bring the strippers. Nilo says, I will sponsor you, Jimmy. Yes, we are figuring out that right now because I'm running the show on my own, right? So we got to figure out the software to start putting up images for sponsors and things of that nature. Right now, the main thing is just to get the show rolling, and I can't get the show rolling without great cappers like you guys rolling with me. And Nilo, it means so much that you will sponsor the show. All right. So I'm on the under 6.5 Senators Pittsburgh. And it's I'm nervous about it. I'm on the over 5.5 Bruins Lightning. That's going against the market move. It opened at 6. It went down to 5.5. I still see scoring. Nilo says, advertising on your show. Plug me. Yes. Nilo, our guy, Nelson Nilo, is a excellent, the best in the business if you are looking to buy a house. The best realtor in the 6 is my guy Nilo, and he wants to be involved, and that means so much to us. So let's get as many low baggers over to our guy Nilo. If you're looking for an apartment, you're looking for a home, and if you are, you must be rich because it's expensive here in the 6. Sean Mundy in the house. Thank you for joining us, Sean Mundy. Love that. Lil J says, so much road dog money today in NHL, but the home teams look solid. Paul Marquez says back-to-back Predators, but they beat Wild last game. They always beat the Wild, right? They've beaten the Wild 7 straight. And there's Sergio Gonzalez in the house. Thank you for joining us. And Goose is back. Homeless lock, West Virginia under 137.5. Goose is back with the homeless lock of the day. All right, Bruins Lightning over 5.5 at minus 116. I'm on the Predators first period at plus 106. I've stayed away from Sabres, Jets. I stayed away from Ducks, Blackhawks, and I doubled up on this Oilers game. I'm on the Stars minus 1, and I'm on the over 5.5 at plus 102. All right, there we go. Oh, and I'm on the over 5.5 Devils Knights. You know what, Boss Nick, it means so much to me that you guys care about this. If we were to put some sort of a fund together, I'd want it to be for us, for a party, for a low bag Summit of Champions. I'd want to put it into that right now. Let's, you know what, if I'm down $1,000 tonight, then we can start panicking. All right, then we can start panicking. But right now, I'm going to get that cash this evening. I'm on the over 5.5 in New Jersey, Vegas. I had to wait for that to get there. Eddie Oler saying Vegas not as good with Stone out. They aren't, and he's got a foot fracture. And I was beating myself up for not taking that Knights to win the division. I was waiting for the right time, and then I waited too long, and now I guess I feel okay. And Connie McLaughlin says, Jimmy, see you turn the mic around. Yes, when the legend Brent Butt tells you to do something, you do it. And Paco Healy in the house representing San Diego is the homeless shelter play of the day. Yella Hammered 75 says, made it home in time to catch the show. Love you, man. Best of luck tonight. Respect. Thank you so much for joining us. Yella Hammered in the house. And Gerald Jones says power and positivity. All right, so that's my NHL. Oh, no. And then I'm on the under 6.5 in that Sharks-Leafs game. I smashed that market move. I got the under 6.5 at plus 107, and it's now a minus 110 situation. So that's my NHL action. So let's go over it very, very quickly one more time. My NHL action tonight. I have a lot of it. Over 5.5 in Habs Islanders. That's a fade of Grice, basically. Also, the Islanders coming off being shut out. Now, I've made this mistake with the Islanders in the last month when they were not scoring on that road trip, and I expected them to bounce back at some point and start scoring. It didn't happen, but I'm going after it one more time. DJ Big Boss says, low bag, some of the champions got to be in Vegas. We should, yeah. We should do it, DJ Big Boss. I'm down. Let's talk about that stuff. I'd love that. All right. Jim Forrest says Michigan residents could be betting on sports in the state's licensed casinos in time for March Madness tip-offs. I'd love to do something in Michigan, too. I'd love to do something on Michigan, too. All right. So let's go through this NHL card. So I'm on the over 5.5 in Habs Islanders. I'm on the under 6.5 in Senators Penguins. I'm on the over 5.5 in Bruins Lightning. Predators first period at plus 106. Then I'm doubling up on this Oilers Stars game. I'm taking the Stars minus 1. That works out to a plus 105. And I'm also on the over 5.5 at plus 102. And then I'm on the over 5.5 in Devils Knights and under 6.5 in Leafs Sharks. Here we go. From Dan Kelly, all his pregame bets. He's parlayed Brooklyn and the under. He's taking the Spurs in a lot of different ways, but he's hoping to jump on the Hornets at plus 10 at some point. First half, Lakers minus 7.5. Full game, Lakers minus 12. Interesting. First half, Lakers team total over 16.5. Full game, Lakers team total over 116.5. Toronto Raptors minus 20. Golden State Warriors, Denver over 56. Good luck, he says. We are so thankful, Dan Kelly, to have you in the chat. OG Lowbagger, and we are better. Our lives are improved having you in the chat. And thank you for sharing all of your hard work. And the man has dedicated so much of his life to his NBA spreadsheets. And here he is sharing his action with us. We're very, very thankful to roll with our guy. All right. And Dan Kelly saying, don't forget second half bet. The numbers have to be better than the implied closing number. Figure it out. Do the work. There we go. All right. So that's my NHL action. Let's move into NBA. I've got 5 bets on this NBA card, 2 props, 2 player props, and 3 bets. Let's get right to the top here and break this down and go over my action. All right, first off, and we're just holding our head up with a 52.3% win-loss. We're 103 and 92 with an average line of minus 106. We're up 4.22 units, and our ROI is 2.16%. And RW says in Delaware Park, less than an hour away. No, I'm down. We're going to put something together no matter what. It's our show now. We make all the decisions. All right, Spurs first half minus 1.5 and minus 109. Then I'm on Ingram over 24.5 points at minus 120. Then I'm on the Warriors first quarter plus 5.5 at minus 110. I'm on the Raptors minus 4 at minus 108 and the Siakam prop over 22.5. And then look at Dan Kelly liking these Lakers so much here in this spot. That might be worth an addition. You know what I'm going to do here is I may tail Dan's Lakers action, but I want to see how I'm doing. So I'm going to wait a little bit and see how my night's going before I add more action. I don't – is this the most action I've had in a day? It certainly is in 2020. So let's see what it is. Flipper13 says, you are doing this great show without a paycheck. Props, my brother. Well, you know, that's facts, but I want to cap. And I want to cap with you guys. And I want you guys – I want this show to be all about you guys. So – if you build it, they will come, hopefully. And Deer Slayer Ski says, Fort Erie, not too far from Jimmy. We can have him fix a race and clean up 4K races. Let's say, I love that. We actually do have a video coming out of me at Fort Erie. It's right across the border from Buffalo. Fort Erie in the house. All right. Dan Kelly said, I posted those LA Laker bets at the top of the show. You might have missed them. I hate LeBron and I hate the Lakers. Oh, it's so funny when somebody who hates a team bets on them. God, I just want to immediately back them. I'm going to wait a little bit, Dan. I'm going to wait a little bit. I just want to see how my night goes. But Yeah, why wouldn't they just smash and grab here? God, so Dan Kelly's got 5 looks, right? Because he's on the team total overs as well. All right, Cody AV respects is going to be sponsored soon. In my opinion, is going to get 5,000 subscribers in less than 4 months. Well, much love. Boston Nick says Jimmy like money, but he also loves capping with this group. I'm just so thankful to roll with you guys. Do we make a move on the Lakers is the question. All right, I only got 11 minutes, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to see how my night's starting off, and then I will add the Lakers action. And Viper MB, respect all you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I've got 5 plays in the NBA. If the night looks like it's going okay, I'm going to add the Lakers. Boston Nick says Lakers been cashing for me when I play them. Are you playing them tonight, Nick? AKA Mr. Fatfist. All right. Then I've got 4 looks overall. I'm on Michigan State -1.5. That's the taint play today that I am tailing. And then I've added Iowa first half -2.5 and full game -4.5. And I've also added Texas +7. Texas +7 says hopefully someone picks up this show. ESPN, VSiN, Wager Talk, CSN, or the Flipper Sports Network. I'm down with the Flipper Sports Network, man. All right. There we have it. Ryan Barron saying Michigan State sucks. They're playing some good basketball right now, but it's a very public play. But if Matt Randall says make the move, Tain is on it, and that's exactly what I will do. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This is a giant night for me, man. This is a very, very, very important night for me. So I'm going to need to get that cash. I'm going to need to get that cash. Sammy B says live play that Lakers game. Live play that Lakers game. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Let's have a big night. We need a big night. Bounce back from yesterday. Let's get that cash. Thank you guys so much for joining Betting with the Bag. I will see you here at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's 11 a.m. Eastern. Those of you out west waking up early to catch the show means so much to me. All you guys in the chat, Gerald Jones, Paulo Marquez, Yella Hammered, Connor McLaughlin, Paco Healy, Boston, Nick, Cody AV, Flipper 13, Sammy B, Goose, Danny Menlo, Dan Kelly, Barry McAckner, Eddie Euler, Deer Slayer, Ski. Got nothing without you guys. 420 Fuego, Make America Great Again. Says keep up the grind and good luck tonight. Let's get that cash. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are 9 minutes away from the witching hour. Rye Cape, Jimmy CC, Kevin Garrett. We need a night tonight. Let's get that cash tonight. Leche, hey, los bookmakers. Let's get it.